Hello, fellow faithful, and welcome back to the pain and suffering that is the Spring Split 2021 for CLG. We just, Bulldog here, world's greatest silver analyst, we just seem to want to throw everything. And we take our wins and we throw them in the garbage. And it's incredibly frustrating to watch because at times we look like one of the best teams in the league, and then we just do stupid, desperate shit, and it's.
And then the team never, would ever want
I'm
to
so
play
confused.
with it. He did lose on stage with it. He said EG would give him
So
that
we got the
opportunity,
rel band
a
out.
different type of team with more faith in his type of picks.
I
But
don't-
we still haven't seen it.
I don't think we're gonna lock in the Yone.
Impact, by the way, if you play clashing like
The
this,
Yone
that
is
your top
busted.
laner or whoever's like first in the list,
Oh my
all
god.
three bans. This wasn't like Jizuke being like, no, I really have her ban it away.
Why
Impact
the
was like,
Graves?
fine, okay.
Why
Aurelia
are we
ban,
convinced this
how
is a
do we
good
play it?
pick?
But I don't know. Like, me watching Impact for as long as I've watched him.
Oh, apparently it was a
Assassin
good
actually
pick this
was
week.
Really, really good in lock-in. I have not seen this guy really stand out on carries, even on Mordecai. So the guy's weak side. I'm more inclined to believe he's lying to us. Where he's like, I just played the meta. I just play whatever's strongest. I'm like, dog, you had 3 champs at Worlds. That's a lie. So, go ahead.
He played a lot of Jace. I'm just gonna say
Okay,
Jace as
yeah.
well. They did a lot of Jace carry, a lot of split pushing. Into this picks and bans though. The Lilia early lock-in here for EG.
I don't know if
setting
Freak is
up
shitting on
AP jungle
Impact or
does
Finn,
leave open some of
but
those
he
AP
shouldn't be
solo lane threats that we
shitting
are
on
already
either because they're
talking
both
about and
very
setting
good
up for
players.
EG. So maybe,
The Gnar,
maybe it's
I mean,
Jizuke
one of the
again,
best picks
something
in the
like
Gnar
Yone,
is the gang
if
playing.
it
I wouldn't be
gets through the
surprised if
second
we
round of
got
bans,
that
but
in here.
They do have the AP from jungle, so they could spread it around.
Otherwise,
Yeah,
the
Easy
Zaya
wanted Gnar in the first half of the draft. That's why they banned Aurelia,
or
because
the
they wanted to blind Gnar and
Samira,
get the biggest counter pick available. Yeah,
which
no,
did
surprising.
not go
I got
well
the call, I don't even
yesterday
play that lane.
at all,
I
but
haven't
we
even played
apparently
Tibble
like that
season. I
matchup.
wait till it settles out because
I mean, well, it went well in terms of the laning matchup, and we just seem to be running back the same comp.
It's not just who decides to int on Master Yi.
Hit a nerve there.
Yeah, I'm just, I played a lot of jungle in preseason because it was giga busted, but I'm a bot
So
laner.
we
All right,
seem to
so
be
we are in
opposed to the
game now.
Gragas,
Of course,
which is
Samira
weird,
is an
because
outstanding
it's
champion, physical heavy right now for CLG,
we
but there are plenty of
got
good
our only
mids
win
out there,
with the
so that's not
Gragas.
gonna be too big of a damper on their drafts overall. Interesting
But
to
I
see
get-
Gragas banned on the CLG side. They're, I guess, a little worried
I
about
guess
Gnar playing that
we don't want to
themselves,
face it
which
support,
I find interesting. Wait to see what EG is gonna put onto their ban list, but we know CLG
and we should
solo
ban
lanes,
out the Leona.
Evil
Yep,
Geniuses
gang playing,
need,
and I wouldn't be
mid and
surprised to see a Camille
Yeah, and honestly,
or
we have only seen RJ
Aatrox
really
ban
play AP,
on the other
right?
side.
It's the Zoe, Twisted Fate, or
Leona ban here,
has not
I
really
would guess.
branched out a lot, and this is a guy that has changed roles multiple times. So sometimes you don't have super deep matchup.
Oh.
Variety
Rakan?
from those types of players. They are
I-
going to target top.
I don't
side
quite
over
understand the
Finn,
Rakan
who
ban. I
has
don't
been, I would say, the
think
shining
Rakan
light
is
for CLG.
terribly good right now.
Maybe they follow this up with the Aatrox, because even though Gnar doesn't really have a problem there, it has been so big for Finn. Just
Camille,
as,
Aatrox, one of the
with that
two.
Player. He's really,
He's gonna come out as the ban.
obviously, and has
Or
had very big impact for the
Malphite?
team overall.
Okay.
Wow, okay.
Gragas Rakan, yep, support ban.
If I remember, Irelia also does really well in Gnar, but we do pick up the Ornn. Are we just running back the comp from yesterday?
We'll just play Ornn instead. He played that one, I believe, just yesterday.
Yeah.
Had an okay performance. I really do think CLG has looked a bit better since Broxton joined the roster. I think, to your point, I actually agree. I think Finn has been very good as well. Just hasn't quite come together yet.
Yeah,
Well, game one we looked better.
to see him on Ornn
Like
this
game
last
two
time
against the
around.
Morals,
It
that was
is
one of the
gonna
worst
be,
we've looked.
really big for their team fight,
Things
though.
just
Samira, everyone always
we
talks
just
about she doesn't like playing into large amounts of CC.
we were as
Loves
scrambled
playing
as
with it.
like
Alistar
my
and
words
Ornn
are right
get
now.
to
We
set
just
her up, and they can
couldn't
set her
put
up from a very
a
long
fucking
range.
sentence together.
You need lots of crowd control when you're running short range carries like this. Samira
Okay.
and Graves
Azir
both
has an
need help in setting
80%
up some of
win
these team
rate?
fights so that you can in the
That's
mid-game actually make
insane,
use
and we
of the
lost
mid-game
on it.
output, given your short range. And now that you're playing against Azir, I actually really like this late lock-in for EG, because Jizuke, even though in
I
his
would
past,
suspect
played
we
a
go with the
tremendous
Zoe
amount of
here.
it, when he picks Azir, he has performed really well on it.
RJ as
and
Zoe
Azir
is
versus these
really, really
short-range
good.
AD threats from CLG should have a pretty good time,
So-
especially being able to create space for Kai'Sa and more opportunities for Deathly. Him on Kai'Sa has really been a match made in heaven.
Kobe,
Seems like his favorite.
I got bad news for you.
Corky is
I'm
there.
looking at Jizuke's all-time most played champions.
Is Azir?
Guess the lowest win rate champion in his 12 most played champions.
Lowest win rate? Oh,
Lowest
okay.
win rate in his top 12. It's Azir.
You're leading me to
Yeah.
water here.
Yeah, I am.
Lowest win rate.
And we're all gonna drink. All right. It's not good. It's not great. It's
I mean,
a 31%
Corky
win
Azir,
across
like
19
that's
games.
fine. We do have like a disgusting late game carry in Corky.
And it was a hard
This
carry
is
game,
essentially the
so
same comp
I'm gonna
as
have
yesterday.
selective memory and
One of the
say-
three.
and say this Azir game is
So,
gonna be a big Jizuke
Hopefully
Azir
we can
game.
execute much better.
Yes,
I'm still not a fan of the Graves.
For the Corki,
But-
because it overrides any sort of CC trying to interrupt you. You can jump in or you can use it as a bait. And I want to
It's
see
not
CLG
necessarily a bad comp.
focus on
Like,
that
the
objective,
Graves is the
because
worst
they've been able
part.
to win early games, but they have not been able to kill Nexus.
They have not. Sadly, only one Nexus so far this season, but can certainly change things around as we are onto the
It's wild that we
This is a
only have
4-4
one
CLG
win.
At 1-7. With a win, they'd be only 5 games behind first with 9 to play until the midseason showdown. A record they can at least close the gap on and make that playoff run. But yeah, CLG, this one counting. They are 10 games to play, and playoffs right now are at 4 wins. So they have to do better than they have been doing. Obviously, it sucks they couldn't play their first 6 games with Broxa. That obviously really hurts. You know, some
Yeah.
teams, okay, they missed
Well,
their first week
just not
of
having the
blocking,
practice
or
time with
if
a
it's not
roster
entirely, but the roster was together
really
for
really
spring,
hurts.
like Immortals had that, for example. This time around, CLG is like, all right, cool. We're a third of the way through, and all right, Brox is in. All right, let's see if we can do it. Now up against EG, obviously a fairly tough opponent here. A pretty solid team.
I'm
overall.
surprised
A couple
how
of quick
hard
wards come
EG
down
has
to
fallen
try
off.
Jungle pathing. Brock's
But
going to go leashless
they just
on
have.
Red. Similar
It's
for
weird.
Svenskeren doing leashless on Raptors, and the Duelin's going to meet in lane.
And when you have a really rough start like this, you know, it is hard to
And
maintain a good
picking up a
atmosphere
win
with
here
the
would be
team.
so
But
good
me,
for
something I
mental
think
of
really helps
both
teams like
the
CLG
players and the
is
fans.
going into these games with a concrete goal to accomplish. And so that's why in the intro we're bringing up this goal of clearer communication in setting up for objectives. Because they have actually had
Jizuke is
tools to
bullying the
win
hell
so
out of
many
RJS
these
right now,
games
but
and
I think
have
that's how
failed
the
in that
matchup goes to
because of a
start
lot of the
with, and
setup,
that's why
whether
you
it is
go
set up
fleet
for
for
transitioning vision
footwork
over to
on the
Dragon,
Corky.
whether it is rushing and flipping on some Barons without being able to keep out the opponent jungler. It's these sorts of things that they do need to come into this game with hyper-focused attitudes towards, so that you can have constant
Jesus.
improvement. Because sitting at the bottom of the standings, 1-7, that is what you're looking
And
for. You're
Jizuke,
looking
like,
at,
just casting
actual
abilities on
real
cooldown
change in some
and
of
still
these
has decent mana.
direct goals.
That's unfortunate, but
Great landing for Jizuke
yeah,
here.
right
Managed
now
to
we're
put a
gonna
lot
get
of
shoved
health
in
off
every
RJS. We got
lane.
him to chug all 3
They're
combo
looking
stacks.
for a dive
Yes, he
here?
sent our TP to get back
Or are
into
they
the field when he needs
looking
but
to,
Svenskeren's going to feel comfortable with the fact that look, he's already level 3. He's going to try to push Broxa around, but doesn't know
Chunk
that the
out
man was already
Broxa.
on this. But look, it's going for an early tower dive. RJS has to Valkyrie away, and even if he doesn't lose any health, he's losing the entire wave. That is Cannon golden XP gone. That's the
gosh.
caster minions golden XP
Well.
gone. And now Brock's going to be found out.
Phew.
Thankfully for him, Ignar shorted the dash off of hitting the wall. Otherwise, that would have been being in taunt range. That would have forced a flash away from Broxa. But still, look, RJS. Okay, he can auto Svenskeren a bit. He can't fight back, but he doesn't care. Like RJS just is 100 health and just can't CS. He's got 11 to 24.
this is gross.
Personally, I always liked the Azir side of the Azir Corki matchup, even though everybody goes Resident Sleeper with it. They are taking it to the next level, freak. Svenskeren and Ignar.
And
really
imagine if we had a
starting to
jungler
make
that
good on
could
my comment
pressure
here as
something,
far as this being
like
a
put
good Jizuke
down
Azir
gank
game,
pressure,
helping him lane massively.
and then we
Look
could,
at the denial to
you know,
RJS. Loses experience
threaten the
on a
gank
couple of those
and,
minions, pushes him way off of the tower, and this is
you know,
common Azir as
relieve
well.
the
So
the
much
pressure,
better,
punish the
you know, in
Azir.
this matchup than the lethal
But
tempo.
no.
So honestly, they are really setting up Jizuke for success to carry a lot of the mid and late game team fights for them with this champion. CLG going to try and help out, but I think it's honestly too little too late because the wave pushing back towards Jizuke, and he also still has flash, should be very, very comfortable.
Yeah, they did set up Jizuke, but it did cost Svenskeren, right? He did 3 camp clear going to bottom side, so he left the Wolves, the Gromp, the Blue Buff up for a while. And it also, now that he has to be top side, it means Broxah got to walk in and take away the Raptors. So there is, you know, a farm deficit in the jungle, about a camp's worth right now. But, you know,
that's a good shove to get a little cheeky back,
probably
but
exacerbates before too long. Top lane, pretty reasonable.
we're just losing every lane.
Generally speaking, is just a good lane.
And these guys are, like, EG is a really strong laning team.
Impact not only gets a
so I'm not
good lane, but is gonna
too upset about it, but
value in a team fight as long as he can control Meganar well.
One thing
this
too,
seems to be the salty run back of a comp that did not go well. I will be happy when the jungle changes come in and we don't feel the need to pick the Graves, because I don't think the Graves is very good.
You need to re-enter your jungle with a sweeper. There's no reason ever for junglers to keep trinkets this early on. So sweeper, and you use it primarily by your Raptor Brush because that is the most common. Anytime you see it counter jungled, you should...
Turtle at least picking up that CS really well. RGS is still getting bullied the hell out of.
Svenskeren does go pick up his Krugs real quick, and he will find those counter jungled Raptors. Let's see if he uses his sweeper.
He's going to be down a ton of CS. It should get easier for him once he gets level 6.
But yeah, ultimately, or at least he killed a small one. I don't know exactly what happened.
They left small ones in there.
Finn is getting
the respawn, as you know.
Pretty hard dumpstered top lane. This one is just not going well. And it's one that feels super frustrating as a jungler because you can't do much.
Trinket wards either. So we know that this is at least Fog of War. We know I can sit up here and they don't know where I am. They saw me walk past the lane, sure, but otherwise he's fine up there. Jizuke still feels very comfy. 21 CS lead. Shrinks a little bit as RGS gets a bit of this, but you can see that this Corki is getting poked out so heavily. He's got a Doran shield and it's still tragic.
Yeah, Svenskeren's extra vision on the Raptors helping out too is going to be able to smite and get away from the CLG pincer. It is giving Jizuke full authority to go for these Comet trades onto RJS.
God,
really
that's so gross.
The Azir part of this matchup, which is already quite nice with the early start. RJS gonna be in pain for a while.
Oof. Yeah, it's getting worse. Jizuke happy to trade his health bar for delaying the recall even farther. Honestly, shouldn't be difficult to knock down the rest of the wave. Ignar gonna show up, take the cannon away, and maybe help with the melees and whatnot.
I just don't have much to say right now. I'm just watching us get bent over.
Especially with Relic Shield, is even though it can be hard to
it's hard to really say much to this because it's just really sad to watch. We're losing every lane.
But you can see a 1,300 gold lead to Evil Geniuses with no kills on the board, just plates and farm.
And this is why
out-pressured everywhere.
Is still lagging a little bit behind Broxah, but this is why you look at his lanes and you're like, okay, he's got an Ornn on top side. He's not going to be able to invade me a bunch on top side. And if I then also use some of my time to get Jizuke,
we do scale really well. They scale fairly well.
Then even though Broxah has a slight...
So we just kind of have to hope that the scaling works out in our favor. And there's like zero chance we're able to do much in terms of dragons because we're not going to have any priority in the mid or bot lane.
Given that he does have the extra lead here. Maybe it results in some sort of dragon control for them. We haven't heard too much out of bottom lane despite it being a Samira Alistar lane. Now that they are level 6s down there, though, and plenty of CC available, maybe we actually get some action.
Yep, Broxah gets rid of control where that was put in Urban.
Impact just kind of bullying.
He actually could have solo Dragon. They haven't checked him for a very long time, and actually could have gone for it. There wasn't any vision, but bot lane didn't have control. I mean, it would have been a risk and a likely waste of time.
Bot lane not having control, that's just kind of how that lane goes. This is not a great lane for top lane. And unless if Finn just solo kills Impact,
When is he gonna even burn the flash?
Wow,
Oh,
Finn.
it's not gonna matter.
Finn,
takes
thank
first
you.
blood solo in the top lane.
Thank you, Daddy Finn.
Finn. I said I was going to be sad that they put him on Ornn duty again. This is the second time he's gotten first blood in his lane with the Ornn. Last time around it was with the
Daddy
gank.
Finn,
This one, he just sees
giving me
off the-
hope.
Look at this.
Thank you.
Impact is going to turn right back into mini form. So he places
In-
Q, and Impact walks right next to it when he's turning
Yeah.
mini. He tries to get
That's
his jump
really
on too,
well
so he
done by
interrupts the
Finn
jump,
and switching over to the
immediately uses
Ignite
Spellbook Ignite,
for
and he
Spellbook
knows that he's
and
got
just-
him. Nowhere for Impact to go. W flash, boom, he's toast. Really well played.
Really well played
Just a
by
heads-up play,
Finn
you know, you see that
to get
forward
ahead,
positioning by your
and
Q,
that
he
that
immediately
kind of
goes for it,
relieves
interrupts the
some of
jump.
the
This guy
suffocating
has for
pressure
sure
that we
been a
were feeling.
big bright spot for CLG.
And
Having 100%
RJS
first blood
shouldn't be
across
able
all
to
9
be
games
like
they have
super
played. It's
bullied
actually
out
absurd that every single
anymore
game CLG finds first blood
because he
somewhere
has
in
that
the
vamp
game.
sep.
It sadly
There's
has
just
not turned into wins,
so
for them
he has
down
like
the
so
line,
much
but it's part of why their
sustain
early games have been good, is they've
that
actually
it just
found really good
makes it
lane
really
prowess
really
across these
difficult
players. It's the shot calling
for
you
Azir
mentioned in
to
Jam Select. The shot calling has
just
been the issue for
push him out of
CLG,
the
where they
lane
cannot convert the rest of it.
anymore.
You're going to see now EG playing
And
around top side.
it's
despite
looking
Impact
like
dying
we
earlier. They're
should
gonna go ahead
be
and
able
take this
to
Herald, and it means that
get
CLG
the dragon
really should
down
get
here,
no problem knocking down the dragon for themselves.
Now
which
they
is
are
nice
9
because
and 0 in first
Mountain
blood.
Yeah.
Drake
They make
is
their
so
game
good on
score
Ornn,
2 and
and it's
7
good on
instead
Graves,
of-
it's good on Alistar. Like,
Yeah. All right,
it's
let's
very-
take a look at the
Mountain
draft.
Drake
So
is
he's
very
gonna
good
lock
with
that
their
one up
comp.
in exchange for the Rift Herald on top side. For EG, they actually do have a lot of places they can use this Rift Herald. I would definitely say, Svenskeren, keep your mid focus up. Use Jizuke early lead here on Azir.
Finn doesn't
They
have the
actually
ability
forced
to
RJS
really
into
solo
a
kill
early
Impact
Scepter
again.
Here, to try and sustain through his lane. Keep pressuring that mid lane. Use the Rift Herald mid lane. Open up the map through that way. And
That
use
tower
Jizuke's
shot is
early lead.
fairly
It's
impactful,
important
though.
to be able to regain control of the dragons. They only gave one up to CLG this early on. It actually doesn't mean a tremendous amount because they do gladly trade it for the influx of tower control, tower damage via the Rift Herald, and a bit of extra gold.
Oh,
okay.
this could be good.
Brock's going to walk into mid. Jizuke, I'm sure, has his extra soldier ready to dash
Or
away,
not.
but RJS just keeps being on the receiving end. You're going to see
How the
he went
hell is
Scepter
RJS
first side
still
after
being
getting the
bullied
Nova
out?
Shield, all the corrupting potion
Like,
stacks, and
what the
he's getting
hell?
pushed around Jizuke, an absolute lane kingdom here in mid. Yes, he had some help, but a lot of it was done just by himself. And this could be a turret crash they really wanted to. Only got 2 minutes left on turret plates. Svenskeren walked mid, had the Herald, not
Wait,
gonna summon it
Jizuke
yet.
just dashed.
Would have been
That
an
could
easy
be
way to
big.
give some money to Jizuke. May look for a better opportunity, but again, the time is ticking. You want to make
Turtle,
sure you don't
you
have to waste
have the advantage there.
I love
Oh,
it so
but
much.
yeah,
really,
no,
really
he-
prying open the
He
Azir
has the
matchup.
advantage, but he doesn't have the vision
it's
of the other
just- this is
champions
why
to
you
really
take
know
Comet.
where
He's constantly going for harassment,
things are
chunking down
going.
RJS so low that even if you have support, you have possible gank set up here. RJS can't even add damage because he's already been chunked out. 3 people bot though, definitely.
Go for the big play. Can't
Oof,
get him to go
that
very
was a good
far.
flash by
And
Deathly.
Flash gets him to safety. That's a pretty nice play though. Just a
Yeah,
bit of
2 for
aggression
1.
by Wild makes that
And
happen.
Impact
Oh my
solo
gosh,
kills
he's under
Finn.
the turret.
Okay,
Impact gets him
what
back
the hell
for it.
happened
Top
there?
all the action.
Thumbs down from Impact 2. Did you forget I'm the untiltable? Solo kill for solo kill here up in the top side of the map. Honestly, really good flash though in the bottom play that we saw there. As far as the attempt from Smoothie and the prediction from Deathly. There's the Rift Herald mid that we are looking for, Freak. Last a 4th
Great.
turret plate picked up here for Jizuke.
Jizuke may go down.
Knowing he's got
Nope,
Galio
okay.
nearby as well.
All right, well, the teleports come back in to hold the rest of this map apart. Okay, good smite for Spencer. Gets away from Brox with the red steel. Well done there. No, done. Finn gonna ult in for a knock-up.
Yeah.
And Impact, yeah, gonna stop. Gonna
No
lose
flash.
that recall. Time for the rest of the team to show up. Can Finn make this one happen? Of course, they have vision back and forth. That's a dodge and swirl seed. Lands a Q slow. Galio coming in as well, but that gets canceled, I do believe, because everyone else is roaming up across the map. So he's sleeping.
So Impact should
still
die
on
here.
The wrong side of the lane, but he's close to Mega. He's ignited. He's still building up the bar. The shot comes
Let's
down
go.
for Brox, and CLG finds himself
That was-
second kill.
I love the slug.
That was
fest
difficult,
outside.
but
1 for 1 for 1
we got the
here.
kill.
Finn gets the last laugh with more of his teammates arriving, and Broxa getting the kill here.
Turtle
Towards his
is
top lane right around,
getting a little bit
including their mid
of an
lane as
advantage,
well,
but definitely went
honestly,
Cole,
it's not
so
gonna mean a
he
tremendous
definitely
amount for
actually has the
overall game
advantage.
state. Just pretty funny to to watch how we've had the 1 for 1 here. Impact this time around able to use his Mega Gnar
Wow.
really nicely timed here under the tower.
Isn't
Finishes off
Gnar a
right
fun
into
champion?
the ultimate there. Such a good flash to finish it. And then calculation checks out, Freak.
Yeah.
What a
Escapes here
fun
under
and
the
balanced
tower,
champion
even
that
though
is.
it is fully charged up. Finn gets the
Actually,
last
it's
lap,
pretty
though,
balanced.
teleports
It's just
in,
not a
and
lot of
look at
fun
the
to play
mini-map.
against.
Graves and Alistar already in tow. So I believe it's got to have to be Smoothie who just interrupts this Galio. He's going to see Galio channeling ultimate here right in the river. Goes for the headbutt.
Yeah, good
Really
job by
nice move from
Smoothie.
him. Then he comes up here, saving his Q as well, so they have full threat, cutting off impact, and Broxa lands the ultimate.
Yeah, that was just well done
Good job,
overall
Broxa.
by our
Kill is
team.
low enough for the ult to execute. You don't want to really give the kill over to Alistar if you can help it. It's good to be a bit more selfish there, and ultimately, yeah, well done, lands it. But it's a 3,000 gold difference. Mid lane turret is already gone. We saw that during the replay.
Yeah, this has been a
Zuke
huge mid
with an
diff.
absolute lane kingdom. A bit of help, sure, but he is demolishing RJS. It is not close at all. This mid lane, maybe single-handedly, will be the reason why. And Zuke's record will go from 4-9 to 5-9. That'll be an improvement, you know. And Wild Turtle now going to be in a rough
Wild
spot
Turtle
as
doing the
Glenn
classic,
starts at a
getting
bit late,
caught
spell
out.
shields some of the damage, gets the shield back on, has the time to put the ulti in.
Oh,
Definitely not going to be the target.
but
Auto
he
attacks coming
buys
in,
enough
getting him
time for
pretty low.
Smoothie to
Gonna
come
find
in
the
and to
turret,
get the
find
kill.
Nicely
Really
done, and now they're going to keep the dive going. Wild Turtle may have
well
the
done to
damage,
keep
gets
that.
taunted. Smoothie just holding the aggro. Now has to drop the turret, but Turtle should still get this kill, no problem. Gets the Q auto, and now
Wow,
down.
and
Well
didn't even burn
played.
flash
Squad
until then.
CLG get a 2-on-2 kill in bot lane, but they're going to be napping as the rest of PG are showing they're going to get these kills back. Turtle cannot get enough done.
They
no mana for the
sent
ulti. He's
so
gonna
many
drop, a double kill comes through for Svenskeren.
to get a 2-for-2.
That stasis provides so much value, with CLG sticking around under the tower, waiting around to pick up the kill. Buys enough time for EG to come down and cut them off for the extra kills. This also times perfectly with the Dragon Freak. So many times these big plays right before objectives stick around a little bit too long. It initially started out so good here for CLG though. Turtle's able to kite away, build up style for his ultimate, so he gets his ultimate channel off.
And
Smoothie
Turtle
goes
gets
into
the
lockup
double,
death
so
race 'cause they burned
Turtle
some
getting
of the
ahead
stuff on the previous
like that
engagement. And
could
then
be just
Ignar here,
massive.
big value stopwatch.
And
You see on
Smoothie
the
doing
mini-map,
a
Azir's already
perfect,
heading down, so
perfect
even though Turtle
job
is able to get out from
of
under
tanking the
tower,
turret.
Teleport comes in, Svenskeren flashes for the
Doesn't
stun,
matter
makes
that
sure
much,
will pick
but
up the extra kills.
we do
And
burn
with
impact
money
teleport.
going over
It does end up
actually,
being a
both
2-for-2.
kills went to,
It is
Svenskeren
just a
himself,
win
who's
Drake,
building damage
so it's not that
with
big a deal.
so going to be plenty of damage here for the EG side as we progress through this game. Azir for Jizuke, yes, has had lane kingdom. I think that the choice from EG and Svenskeren to send
I love how
early
we have 3
resources
shield
to
bows.
get him the lead in this lane, push RJ out early on, forces
I wonder if
teleports,
that's a
force
balanced
all his
item.
consumables to be used. Allow the Azir to constantly go
Also,
for these comet trades. And
I don't.
poke
It's
this
not
ulti
just
out, have
you.
led to
My
a really good,
like the screen is
opening for
doing
them.
weird
Everybody
shit.
coming mid to try and answer
Wait,
though, and Jizuke goes in.
what?
Trying to run for his life. Obviously, Pact was used now. Valkyrie as well. Scoops backwards to build even more time, but RJS wants to flash into chase. Going to be able to dodge most of the skill shots here. Turtle close by, but
Wow.
can't get the rest of it in. So Jizuke burning pretty much equal to
Oh,
the skill shot.
look at this
To
dash.
try and answer though, and a really good opening.
He's
for
able
them.
to go from
Everybody coming
basically
mid to try and answer, though, and
under turret to that
Jizuke
bush.
goes in.
It in. So Jizuke burning
I
pretty
don't.
much every cooldown he has. Gets away from a 1v4. Well played as top is being attacked.
That
CLG made the big
Azir
play.
was
All
a
they got was
mistake.
flash for flash, and they lost top lane outer turret.
Azir was a
Definitely
fucking
eaten up
mistake.
on top lane. All the minions, tower gold for himself.
Why
as
is
well,
that
and so
allowed in this
Azir
game?
being able to go side lane right now.
That
feels
should not
really
be
good. You get
allowed.
her, to level 11 off the next one, and he will be ready to jump in on any of these picks. You know, Lilia starts it out with a sleep. Impact there on Gnar has been one of the top lane players that is the best at managing his rage and joining with the team for those team fights. Goes without saying, as we saw yesterday. So EG.
We're at
set
least
up
getting
for a
some gold
very
back into
strong late game
RJS.
here, and kind of as we foresaw, they aren't really worried about the
Turtle
dragon stacking or the
is
early
very
dragon
strong,
that
but
CLG got
he's
in trade for that
he's pretty
Rift
much
Out,
even with
because
Deathly because of
they
the
do have
coal.
so much map control.
Wait, he shouldn't. I guess
Well,
tower?
Control gonna
Yeah,
keep
the
going
tower.
forward as,
So
obviously
they're
tied in
standing
breaks
gold,
right
that
now.
makes a
Gonna be the
difference.
second Herald picked up, no problem. Smites it to guarantee, no random snipe to the wall or anything. Fight for the chickens. Bit of a trade regardless, but still 22 CS lead for Jizuke.
This game,
0-0-1,
I just
not
have
the most impressive score line, but
sour
hey,
taste in my mouth.
down there. Top turret, of course, died as well.
Like, I want to be
Alright,
hopeful
one
that we
answer
can
back
pull
is
it out,
Finn.
but I just
Looks
know
like
we're
we'll
going
go
to fuck it
bottom
up.
lane. Honestly, getting
And
the turret itself,
it makes me
being
so
a Rift Herald, that'll
just
be half
sad.
turret.
Because I want to
Pretty good.
enjoy
CLG
watching these
comfortable with that
games.
one. 2 minutes to go to the Dragon's
I want to have
Mark,
hope that we
that'll
can
start.
win.
Attention pretty soon. At this
But it
point
just
now,
doesn't
put
feel
down
like we
wards. They won't
can.
time out before it spawns. May still be swept, but might be worth fighting over it. Broxus Smoothie sitting on wards for a second. Can't find a whole lot to do, but maybe find themselves in a 4v4 if they can make the engage happen. Corki holding the wave in the top side, and Nar
We do
spotted down
have
bot lane. Doesn't
teleport
so
advantage.
Cannot join.
If we could take it,
Ultimately, no 4-on-4 is going to really happen there. Finn going to walk back and catch the wave under his turret.
take advantage of
A
that.
lot of setup here
but-
required for CLG because they need to sweep out these wards to allow Smoothie to get a good flank. Him and Finn are...
See,
are
I would say we can just scale up, but I'm not
It's their
confident in our
engage
ability
that
to win
allows
late game
Broxer,
fights.
RJS, and Turtle
So
to
I
really
don't
do
really
anything
know
in these
what we
fights.
should be
And
doing
so
because
clearing out and controlling this vision, allowing Smoothie
I'm
to have
not
a good
confident in
engage
our
is going
abilities to
be
like
a
generate
world of
advantages.
difference for them. Because EG,
And it's a
if you
really
don't
frustrating
get
place
it
to
right
be.
on your flank, on your initiation, then you have Azir peeling for their backline, Galio ultimate coming back in. The counter engage for EG will be very, very devastating if CLG aren't able to make the first attempt work.
I don't know why Brox is going last whisper first.
Well, mid lane being attempted right now by
Because
Wild Girl. The ward control actually belongs
they
to
had
CLG
built
down here, so if they are in position
two
and they
armor items in
this dragon
total.
may well go to them. It is going to be an Infernal Soul game, which is pretty nice with something like Corki Poke. And I mean, overall, you got 3 champs who scale outstanding with all those offensive stats. To be fair, EG have 4 and maybe even 5 if Ignar ever gets any ability power in that build. But EG fighting
Ignar
back
does
over
have
mid lane.
ability
In fact,
power.
now they feel pretty comfortable as definitely and Svenskar are going to clear up in the front, and CLG going to play back foot, which gives space for Ignar to knock down control ward number 1.
Bandleglass
And now
Mirror
control
gives
ward
like
number
20
2, and
ability
just like
power.
that, CLG lost control of the river that they just took.
Yeah, those are those wards I was talking about, those super valuable ones for CLG. And because they actually pulled back from this river control, you even see RJS actually gave up on pushing top lane.
Well, we're
It
just
is gonna
like
be
so
bottom
scared
lane for
to do
EG,
anything
push out mid,
because I don't
and
think we have
full
any
control of the
confidence
river.
in our
Now, they're
ability
the
to
ones,
pull anything off.
with all of the potential here around the dragon. Yes, the Baron is under CLG territory, but they've got a control ward on it, and CLG are not going to be able to burn it quick enough with RJS on top side.
We're
So, nice victory.
This is just like
as
a
far as the
repeat of
map
last
goes here
game,
for
except
EG.
worse.
They will get the dragon number 2. They can easily chase them off.
We didn't play a good early game this time.
And nothing gained.
We got
for
outlane.
CLG. Bottom side, the
It's just
Rift Rail will be
really,
able to
really
keep
rough.
off, actually, gonna be stopped by the minion wave. Wild Turtle can deal with it, so that's at least something for them.
Alrighty, 3 turrets to 1
Finally
right
get-
now. Dragon
finally got
picked
a
up
first
clean
tower.
valuable Geniuses, Counter Logic Gaming.
I don't know what the
CLG
point
now,
is
that's
where we can
myself.
like
I get
fight
about
them.
2/3 of the time I get it right. But
I
But-
like it. 66% passing. Freak. I'll give
yeah.
it to you.
yeah, better than either of these teams' records, but that's okay.
B minus.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting on a curve here, right? First place is 7 and 2,
Okay.
so you know, honestly, that's reasonable. You know, that's an A- for me then. I'm happy with this
And I
one.
guess we
I
have
mean, if I can
done
catch balls
a
in
good
East
job
League, I'm happy with
to
that one,
stem
honestly.
some of the
We got
bleeding
some good players out here.
because
Impact gonna kill a ward along the
RJS
way.
is only
Broxy
down
gonna come off
27
safely,
CS now.
But it just feels like
Finn
CLG
is
honestly,
down a
they're really
couple
pretty
of
good start. Now,
CS.
if they think like
It's
they're
pretty
gonna
much
have
even.
because they have the Orange team, they got triple marksman. They're like, we'll just win the team fights when that
So-
happens. And I don't mind CLG playing defensively. It's like, you know what? We'll wait for the next spike. We'll wait till we're 2 items Corki. Wait till we're
So
we've
we've stabilized
fight for the 4th dragon.
some of our
Then,
lanes
okay,
here,
CLG's playing the game
and
appropriately
Turtle is
according to their
ahead
view
a
of the
little
game.
bit.
It feels like they are giving away more than they need to.
Well, my little caveat maybe would be that maybe a little bit too easily given. Maybe push harder on that top tower to be able to get that top tower actually killed and get that gold income when you give up this dragon, so that you have a better chance at actually fighting that 5-on-5, because EG's comp is there are no slackers.
I love how the
Scaling
Ornn
this.
ult
Yeah.
shows up on the mini map.
Scale quite well, just fine too for these team fights.
It's
Plenty
just
of
like
good
the
setup
it's
for
the
those
icon
players as well. So,
of the spell.
it's not like CLG have that as an easy out.
But
for
now
this game.
now they just have
EG
the
already
freedom to
trying
walk
use
forward
this
into
to their
us because
advantage,
we
going
don't
for
have
the
Ornn
invade
ulti
here on
anymore.
the blue, red quadrant and trying to chase them off.
Well, Finn going for the largest health total he can go for. Smite came too early, and now the re-engage could be good. They're already sleeping on the Corki. The flash over the wall. The big combo coming across. RJS gonna lose his life, and will it be more? Galley's gonna land a stun onto Smoothie, but may not be anything else.
But we don't have ulti from Finn,
just barely living,
which
with shield
allowed them to
but
do that.
EG find themselves a team fight in the top jungle, and they're right in front of Baron, starting it now.
I love it. Ignar flashes in to punch a sleeping RJS. Wake up, you're dead. Baron started off here by EG as well, and CLG are coming to try and answer. They've got mini Gnar, but the Baron is burned immediately.
It's gone so fast. CLG looking.
What the hell?
They're gonna take the fight, but this
Finn?
is a literal 3v5 right now. Brock's on the wrong half of this fight. Why even go in?
What the fuck are we doing?
CLG getting flashbacks to last year. It's already been taken. Stop doing it. They gotta run away, and EG now gonna just walk over this game. CLG gave away 2 more kills. This turret's gone.
You gotta think, yeah, CLG aren't gonna be seeing much more of this game, Freak. EG will be able to collect so much with this Baron. Already tremendous item leads.
We 3v5 with one of our champions at quarter health, while they have 5 full health champions with Baron buff.
CLG doing the WandaVision
What?
percent, trying to put the game in black and white as fast as possible. Going for episode 1, 2, you know, like that's the play.
Seen it yet.
What the hell is happening?
I could get that reference because it's been recommended to me, but I have not seen it yet.
That's okay.
Anyways, good sleep here from Svenskeren. Love the flash over from Ignar. He follows up on it immediately, gives him a justice punch to the head, and they finish off that kill. With him taken, the reason it was a 3v5 instead of a 4v5 even at the Baron is Broxo was up on either Krugs or top minion wave, while CLG actually went for the kind of curious re-engagement there in the river. So definitely still some of those issues
I wish I had more to say, but this is just sad.
Different points of view of how to play the game and really cluttering up these mid and late game opportunities for them.
RJS has not looked good this weekend.
They had a very substantial lead, so it's not like some of the other ones we've seen where CLG actually were in the driver's seat.
I don't know why we're prioritizing the Graves. It's awful.
But still,
We haven't gotten a single advantage from it.
It's definitely going to be something for review. EG, though, plenty of time left on this Baron. Full minute left. Should be able to continue to rebuild.
Our closest game was the one that we did not play Graves in.
Pretty quickly. Getting it down to about 1/3, but CLG are in defense. They've got about all 5 members.
Jizuke got chunked pretty hard. This could be good.
Here comes the re-engage. Finn wants it, only gets a single knockup and not onto an ideal target. They're not going to get any kind of engage. Finn's still walking, but Gnar is hitting your base. Stop chasing them down. You got to find the flank onto them. Maybe, you know, find the engage and impact. Obviously, he's able to easily run away as he just hops off the menu wave.
I just don't
so CLG,
get it.
sadly, still losing more and more of their base.
We just
so this is to be expected. Obviously,
aren't able to do anything.
The Red Bull Baron already at 4.1 thousand. A lot of these turrets are just going to fall off the gold deficit and the buff being on. And now, very easy Dragon number 3. This one's not defensible either. EG just kind of crossing T's and dotting I's.
Yep. Knock, knock, Freak. Impact is at your door, killing your inhibitor turret, so they're going to pick up the Infernal Soul Point Dragon for themselves. Honestly,
it's just so
They're
bad.
actually going to have to wait the full duration to
So
pick that one up to
bad.
finish it off. They've got plenty of momentum here, even though
We
Baron
looked
is
good
lagging
against
out,
Cloud9.
keeping up the pressure towards mid.
That was easily winnable.
The shield bow's been upgraded, so the surge of stats have come through to the primary carries on CLG, as RJS and Wild Turtle now have the extra attack.
I don't know if you
Such,
could
but
call RJS
it's
a
still gonna be
primary
tough road
carry
ahead.
because he hasn't done any
Orin
damage all
prints
game.
You know, what is it, about 800 gold per player, I think is the number, maybe about 1,000. And that is nice. Obviously, his own stat multiplication gets added as those come through as well. But
No,
that
Orin
making up
is
the
a really good
8,000
champion.
gold difference. The extra stat to the double Infernal Drake. EG, obviously, with the level lead and most of their players as well, are going to be very comfortable here. And it's going to be a very slow road. CLG have very limited playmaking, right? Their hard CC comes through Finn, and it comes through Smoothie. It's really, really old. Reliant, right? It's okay.
Are we just like reliant only on Rel?
They're in the wrong place. Okay,
Is that the only time we can look good?
They can kite back. They can stay grouped, and CLG can't really split them up.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the last pivot point that was available in this game was at that mid lane pick and turning into Baron for EG when they invade on red side and grab that sleep.
No, that's smart building by Gnar because
it should be
we don't
a sweep for them, and if it goes as projected, Freak,
freaking RJS doesn't do any damage.
Improving them and moving
So
them
far
right back
behind.
up the rosters is another team here. EG, we're coming in, talked about being one of the top for LCS, did really well in lock-in, does kind of further strengthen that pool of the top teams battling and creating this very competitive environment at the top of the standings.
Yeah, sure. I mean, they'll be 2 games behind first, 1 game behind second. EG are obviously very much in that running. It means we have a nice delineation where 5 wins is playoffs, 4 wins is outside, and it'll be up to Immortals and FlyQuest and CLG themselves and Golden Guardians.
We should be a playoff team.
1, 2, 3, even 4 wins caught up.
We're certainly not lacking in the talent.
Outside at 1 and 8 is going to make that playoff run very tough. But you know, hey, look, this is their 3rd game with their actual roster. Like they drew the bad RNG of Visas not being ready in time. Like.
This could be a pick on Ignar. Okay.
They actually matter towards Worlds as well.
Mobility on a support just
and well, I'm sorry
makes
about
it really
that,
hard.
You have to make the games up somehow.
I just think it's funny that you slip in the "it sucks to suck" right in the middle of the speech. Fair enough, freak. Honestly, this might not be their full roster, by the way. The door is still open on if they put Poe Belter back in.
I don't think we're going to put Poe Belter back in. I don't think it changes anything.
Jungle is very important. Maybe they even still have moving parts. So there's nothing to say even that CLG actually even finished the year with this exact starting lineup. They still obviously have a lot of things to work out internally for themselves.
It is.
They've got a lot of stuff to work
We do
out
have 4 days of practice with Broxa in.
RJS
like, it's
on
just,
the bottom lane right now,
it's so unfortunate.
Don't believe he has a package in tow. So even though he does have teleport, seems to be just trying to thin the wave here for CLG, not give away too much of the priority to be able
it's just so very unfortunate that
for CLG
shit worked out the way it did.
EG to walk in from mid lane to the red quadrant of your jungle behind Baron and take away your vision.
Everybody else had all their starters come week 1.
When they don't have that opportunity to make the engage you're talking about. You know, Alistar plus Ornn, now
we got one of our starters like 4 days beforehand.
Goes over the wall, doesn't find anything with it, not even gonna deal damage to Baron.
Yeah, that kind of
could not do so.
sus-pathing from Finn.
Nexus turret's getting attacked right now as Gnar may also be in a flank spot. It is Impact trying to join in, but he is mini. It's not going to be a lot of CC. He gets the stride breaker, slow the shove into the wall, gets smooth into
this could be decent for us. They're just kind of funneling in. Oh my god, Turtle.
He's so close to dead. 7 health after a bit of regen. Probably was at like 3 or 4. Just barely lives.
Shizuke doesn't know his own strength. He actually puts him all the way over the wall. I think he was trying to just knock him into it for the
this dragon fight is massively important. Turtle not dying there is huge. Like, we have Ornn items. We should be able to get a decent fight off, especially if we can hit a decent ulti from Finn or a decent engage from the Alistar.
He's got Hex Flash. Maybe go into the pit, try and flash over the back
but
of the pit.
We do run into this issue where the Graves just does not provide a whole lot.
So once he teleports back out, could be the target for him to try and find. Ornn, ultimate follow-up might be the way.
Shizuke's on the way. Turtle got Infinity Edge during that death, or so I should say during the walk back of Fountain. He hit the big power spike. Every AD carry cares about 4k health on this dragon. Smite fight's going to be important. Broxa is down 2 levels.
Oh, Ignar missed that. Flash.
Finn now has ulti available, level 16 Ornn. Will they find the engage?
Oh, that's really good by Smoothie to get the engage onto Svenskeren. Good dragon pickup, good engage.
1 for 0 so far. Mini Gnar doesn't do any damage at all. They're going to find
double kill for Turtle. That's really good.
CLG are on the chase. EG forced one away, and they are missing their jungler. Baron is available, and CLG truly counter logic.
Heck of an engage, like first by Smoothie, then by Finn.
Oh, they're digging it out of the dirt. All right, freak.
Holy cow! I guess all we have to do to make good plays have me just feel absolutely hopeless.
Right back the other way.
Because we get Dragon, we get Baron, we can start to pick up some of this standing gold, and just like with the Ornn items really start to swing the game into our favor.
So his ult only goes on to Finn,
but Ignar failing that flash, was
the backline
huge.
from CLG.
Otherwise, it would have been a lost fight for us. And that's a really nice knock-up onto Deathly.
Really like this decisive engage for them. They chunk down Svenskeren,
and a second really nice knock-up onto Deathly.
Broxa gets the one that matters. Then they finish off the Mini-Gnar in the backline that's sectioned away, and they push towards the Baron. What a roller coaster. They figured it out.
And there is all of our
then they'll lose the late game.
Ornn items,
the late game
which is huge.
Is where you win the Nexus kill. So now they flipped the script.
Great. We'll see how much they can do. Obviously, the items are still stacking up. Finn should have all 5 upgrades now to his team.
Which is
so,
like
yes,
5,000
gold
of items. Oh, that's a very, very big knockup.
You got Samir ready to go for the ult, but the Mega Gnar sets it up.
That is Jizuke dead, though. I think we win this fight.
The re-engage on Ignar puts them low. They can find that kill. Just need one hit, and Brox is going to find it. I believe it's a 3v3.
RJS has hit like 3 items, so he's pretty strong. We take a 2 for 2 there.
Need to be a little more defensive. He got completely dogpiled on.
Because we get the
CLG will get turret number 3, and they can siege a little bit towards turret number 4.
push mid lane, pick up some of this standing gold. RJS appears to be online. And we did pick up the kill on Jizuke, which is a ton of gold. Definitely is doing a really good job of just staying alive.
Definitely happy to reopen the map for themselves.
But that should close the gold gap a little bit. And it gets RJS another item. What, like, how does RJS just dash in under Oh yeah, after Jizuke Qs, RJS just dashes in and pops him. That's such a good knockup by Smoothie.
Getting locked up. They still have priority.
And Broxa did good damage that fight.
The angle onto Jizuke, takes him out while everybody's distracted.
Alrighty, back on the map. The gold difference now only 5,000. It's still rough. I would probably still take EG overall, but
except the Ornn difference makes it pretty much even.
A fighting chance here. Next dragon spawns in 135, and all CLG can get is.
And like the Ornn is so fucking tanky at this point.
You don't want to give that one away. Judging by the last few fights, they can certainly contest. Certainly, they've got the ability to
He's
do
so girthy and hard to kill.
And indeed, CLG now playing with the wards. They own the jungle. They own a lot of the movement around this map. Makes it hard. Ignar can't really do much. He's level 13. He's an easy mark in a lot of these cases.
Good to see us in some semblance of control. Now, it's been a while since I've seen that.
Getting an Ornn item upgrade. You kind of cautioned against the scaling here with all these carries on CLG, all getting big damage upgrades with the Ornn items for themselves, and Smoothie and Finn bringing plenty of setup for the team fight.
Yeah, and they just become harder to kill because they just get, you know, like a free ruby crystal and a free chain vest.
Broxa has to have steady hands again. He won the first round of Smite Fight. Round number 2.
I don't know if he necessarily has to have steady hands, and RJS does have the package, so if we can play around that, that is very, very good for us.
But it can help when you're trying to just, finish off that kill on a Corki or Samir or something and lets him play a bit safely. Nice chunk of damage there as RJS lands a bit. And look at that, Jizuke is recalling. He has enough time to recall and then TP with the 10-second timer, but CLG are owning most of this wave. They're owning the river, and RJS is very safe in wave clearing. I mean, the package is unstoppable. You cannot surprise RJS and kill him. He's got a QSS if it's, the worst thing ever, so has to burn package, but as Azir TP's mid,
but he burns package
dead every single time. So it's 3
in exchange for just a free dragon for us.
They should have the safe escape. And again, there's no ways.
That's really, really good.
This one is the only one, and again, Corki shouldn't have that much.
Good lane assignments, good control over the dragon. And that puts us at soul point as well. And that Infernal Drake is still very useful on us. Like, it's not great on Ornn or Alistar, but we do have 3 champions that utilize it very well.
So they definitely have ways out of it, plus the possible self-peel.
All 5 of their champions utilize it decently well, so it's a little better on them, but if we can get the
Definitely some of the scariest ones here. Watch for the Mega Gnar bar.
In-
Right now it's mini, so it's not going to be just yet.
Infernal Soul,
Summit is
that's
in
so
front
good on
mid lane.
Corky.
Help the wave clear continue on. We know
Because
Baron's 40 seconds, and this time around
his
EG
poke just
owned the
becomes
passageways in.
absurd.
Obviously, they can burn
It's like
that
adding
thing
a
down
Ludens.
quickly. You've got a 4-item Azir and a 4-item Kai'Sa. That is a lot of damage available.
Definitely
Yeah,
true.
they
Also, they're
do
doing
have
their
a ton of
best to deny
damage,
resources to
but
CLG.
we
Blue
have
buff taken
mucho
away, red
damage
buff will be
as
spawning
well,
pretty soon,
and we
so
have
they just
an
keep 'em pinned up
absurdly
here at the
tanky
tower
front
with the
line.
siege. Possible.
Good taunt means so much damage. They're going to go drowsy, but there might not be the re-engage. He's sleeping. Ornn cannot get the other half coming across. A good ult for Svenskeren. And that is a disengage for Evil Geniuses. They only lost one ulti. CLG lost a lot of health. Walter has some lifesteal. He will hit the top wave to go for it. But Baron is an easy
yeah,
target.
this
It'll
is
die in about 8
very
seconds.
scary.
You can see definitely hasn't even started yet. And it's already at half. And CLG probably can't even get there in time. They cannot. That is such
No,
a
they
fast
have
Baron.
like the fastest Baron
Off the fact
taking
they've
comp in
already
the
owned
entire
jungle
game.
and got to easily retreat
It's
to it.
disgusting.
That was such a huge
It
move
actually,
by Svenskeren, because
it's
taking out Alistar
besides
and
the
Ornn
Galio,
for
which you would
just
need like a
little
Brand or a
bit
Zyra support.
removes that
It
setup,
might be the
removes
fastest
the
you can
front
get.
line from CLG.
Because
Smoothie
Lilia
not
does it
have
fast,
his ultimate
Gnar does it
for
very
today's stages.
fast,
He melts
and then
just like
Azir and
anybody
Kai'Sa
else, just like any
just
other
absurdly
minion,
fast.
to this
So their
event,
ability to
Azir
rotate to
and
the Baron
Kai'Sa fully
and
level
take
and
it
for themselves. So really
like
big
instantly
exchange there of cooldowns on that
is
little
pretty much
engage by the
unparalleled.
inhibitor turret here, and Svenskeren getting that
We
sleep,
will need to fight around this
disengaging for EG
dragon,
allows
and
them
the
this
Baron
pickup
buff will
now.
wear off
Can
before
they
the
make
dragon.
final
So if we
push
can,
inside, though?
I doubt we'll
Cooldowns
be able
right
to
back up
hold
for everybody.
all of our
Flashes
turrets here,
available
but
all around, and
that would be
probably
ideal.
a very low chance of actually finding that flank. So this is better for EG to be able to push up these waves, corral CLG inside their base so that there's only one angle for Smoothie to come at them from. And then they just have to worry about the long-range Ornn follow-up. Should be a lot easier.
We
to
do
do.
have
If
a
you can
couple
actually
of
press
like
back
deeper
here
wards in
and
the
there's not
river
an Alistar flank, then Jizuke
that would
and Deathly will have
provide
so
teleport
much
angles.
freedom with all their momentum.
And Deathly's on full items now, has his armor penetration now in as well. Lord Dominic's regard. He's had Void Staff for a while, but building towards Banshee's Veil to make sure he's very safe. And because sometimes
Did you see that chunk RJS put down?
Decent up at the top side. RJ has taken some damage, has some sustain, and ultimately gets rid of the wave with the help of Broxo, level 17 over there on Graves. Obviously not the same income, so only 3 items into him. Full item behind Svenskeren. Nice swirls to get some good damage, and almost takes the Kai'Sa poke as well, so that could have been a lot of health missing. Impact stays pushing in the bottom lane. Stopwatch available onto him. Stopwatch available on Wild Turtle, so those are stacking up as well. RJS on his way towards what I'm guessing the Infinity Edge for his final slot.
And they get 2 more waves to crash in.
Half, top lane also under siege. Good damage again. The
Jesus.
available, and they actually popped the shield bow. He took just enough damage after
RJS, like the
That is a big
Jizuke's
durability
Azir
block.
does so much damage.
Yeah, so much harassment from Jizuke. Continues to hear into the late game, and because they force him back to the fountain, he does pick up package here for RJS.
No, it's 4v3. You could go right now. I mean, Gallo could ult in, but you might have the burst. I mean,
He's
package
looking.
fully cuts them off.
Or you can just
Yeah,
threaten
I
it
don't know.
and save the towers.
They also had flash for Smoothie there, so it's not like you don't have follow-up. They could both initiate. If you have package plus
But
Alistar,
if you
flashing
use
for
the
gold there,
package,
maybe they can make it happen.
you
That
might
being
give
said,
up
EG
one of the
has
towers.
all their
Instead, you can
carries
just
throughout their
threaten it
classes
and
as
constantly make them back
and
off.
looking to turn it around. Smoothie has the flank now.
RGS coming around. Okay, round 2, they find the pulverized package comes across, but he's on top of Galio. He's on top of Galio, and he dies. That was so telegraphed, CLG. That was not the time. And they're going to find damage in total. Force to flash away.
Jesus.
Definitely in the back
Well, that's
line.
game.
EG have done it. This game is over. Evil Geniuses. They let CLG claw back in off a great team fight, but they're still going to close it down. EG going to go to 5 and 4. They'll find the last kill. The Bud Light Ace, the double kill.
Why did we
for
this
Jizuke
bad?
Azir finding his 4th career win. 5th career win, whatever it is, that is GG. A TP back just for fun. You know, I don't want to be part of the team. I'm going to take down the Dragon, so let's pad the stats there. EG not going for KDA, they're going for objectives. It's a focused game plan for my man Jizuke. He wants the
Oh
fantasy
my God.
points. We'll see if they can knock that down in time. Will he kill it? Will they wait on the Nexus? The turret's going to drop. Yeah, definitely waiting around. There we go. Infernal
Oh my
Soul
God.
wins again. It's the entire reason EG have won.
Why we shouldn't be
Jizuke
this
needs
bad,
his
but we are.
flamethrower, and EG takes
Jesus
down CLG.
fuck. I'm so mad. We shouldn't be as bad as we are, but we just don't have it together. And I guess only 4 days a practice together. Like I'm tired of saying it should get better, because it already should be better, but we just got screwed over by the visa gods. Ugh. God. Well, if you made it this far, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that, and you can watch me suffer in agony again next week. It's just so bad. It's so bad.